She brought it up over dinner, casual as if suggesting we try a new restaurant. "I think we should consider an open marriage," she said, her voice steady, her eyes calm. I didn't flinch. I didn't speak. I just watched her slice into her salmon like she hadn't just shattered 14 years of us in a single sentence. I nodded once, not because I agreed, but because I acknowledged a moment when everything quietly died. The marriage, the lies, the pretending. Her fork scraped the plate. A sharp, deliberate sound I memorized. I didn't ask who the other man was. I already knew. We met in college. She was fire and ambition personified, always 10 steps ahead of everyone except me, or so I believed. She said I made her feel safe, like she could finally breathe around someone who didn't compete, but wanted to build. So we built a home, a business, a future. I missed the cracks forming beneath the surface, the business trips that stretched longer, the new phone she guarded like a secret, the laughter that never quite reached her eyes anymore. Small, subtle things I excused until they became impossible to ignore. It was a rain-soaked Tuesday evening. She left her phone unattended on the couch, screen glowing with a message preview she never allowed me to see. Asterisk, can't wait to taste you again. Asterisk, I didn't open the conversation that night. I didn't have to. The words themselves were a cipher I'd already decoded. That was the moment my pain transformed into purpose. I didn't confront her. I didn't shout or beg. Instead, I disappeared into silence and research. Over the next 3 months, I became exactly what she believed I could never be. Someone who watches without being seen. Her lover was predictable. A junior partner at the firm I helped her build. Young, naive, confusing charm for substance. I installed keyloggers, cloned her cloud backups, traced every credit card charge. Every lie became a receipt, every late meeting a GPS coordinate. I didn't hate her. Hate is loud and explosive. What I felt was quiet, calculated, relentless. The real betrayal wasn't the affair. It was the smirk she wore, the way she looked at me like I was the fool reading the wrong script. But she didn't know I'd already rewritten the ending. First, I took control of the business. Quietly, methodically, I bought out her shares through shell companies, shifted assets offshore. Every step legal. Every signature forged under a power of attorney she'd forgotten signing 3 years earlier during a refinancing deal I negotiated. While she was busy undressing her lover in hotel elevators, I was stripping her of her financial autonomy. Then came the divorce. Not publicly, but strategically. She was served at a charity gala. Cameras flashing, eyes on her trembling hands as she opened the envelope. I watched from across the room, sipping scotch, nodding once in quiet satisfaction. 2 days later, she stormed into my office, venom in her voice. "You set me up," she hissed. I stood firm behind my desk, silent. Let her yell, I thought. Let her ego collapse under its own weight. I slid a folder toward her. Bank statements, photographs, chat logs, hotel bookings. One by one, she flipped through the evidence until her hands stilled. "No one will believe you," she whispered. "I don't need them to," I said. "Your investors will." She sank down hard, like the floor had shifted beneath her. The climax came in the boardroom. 15 executives, a merger on the line. She walked in confident, unaware the partners already held my dossier. I didn't have to say a word. They did the damage for me. By the time she realized the deal was dead, so was her title. Unanimously, they voted her out. She looked at me as if I were a stranger. Maybe she was right. Maybe I no longer recognized the woman she'd become. That night, she called, voice trembling. I made a mistake. I let the silence answer. She moved out 2 weeks later. He didn't help her pack. She tried to fight the prenup until I reminded her of the offshore accounts, the paper trail, the court-admissible messages. In the end, she walked away with half of what she thought she owned. I walked away with the rest. Now, I sit alone in the house we designed together. Her laughter still echoes in the corners, but it's just sound, a ghost of the past. History's echoes aren't real anymore. I'm not bitter. Bitterness is passive. This was active. This was justice. Some nights, I still replay the moment she asked for an open marriage. The smug confidence, The assumption I'd acquiesce, that I'd sit quietly while she dismantled the life we built. But I didn't open the marriage. I ended it clean, surgical. When she left, I told her the truth. There's no need for an open marriage. We're already finished. You're free to go with whoever was worth losing everything for. She said nothing, just walked out the door. I didn't watch her leave. I poured a drink, sat down, and turned the page.